Family, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time tuning in, thanks for tuning in. If you're returning, I'd like to give a special thanks to each and every subscriber. May God bless you. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about more of self-mastery, which just simply means living a life of discipline and in order. Okay, so from the title, you can see we're going to talk about abstinence today and how important it is and what God expects of you. Let's just look at the biblical part of it. 1 Thessalonians 4:3 and 4. For this is the will of God, your sanctification, that you abstain from sexual immorality, that each one of you know how to control his own body in holiness and in honor. Okay. Well, I like to be a little bit transparent today, and I'm gonna just share some things about my experience. And I've been abstinent for years. And one of the reasons why is because I got tired of getting my heart broke. And so I just decided to write a book instead. I got tired of going through that same cycle the enemy had me in, meaning that I was just in a relationship and then go to another relationship and my heart would just keep going. I was like, no. So I learned how to set a boundary there. And once you set up that boundary, you can stop people from breaking your heart. It might feel a little uncomfortable at first, but after a while, you'll you'll learn how to manage. I'll say that. Of course, you're gonna piss guys off, being a daughter of the Most High. This applies to men as well, being a son of the Most High. So once you set up these boundaries, of course, you're going to make people angry, but it's not about them being angry. It's about you and your elevation, especially if you have a calling on your life, if it's your season of partnership, union, ordained relationships. That is key to the union, abstinence. Sons and daughters out there, learn how to control and live your life in discipline, in order. This is how you earn the favor of the Lord. This is how you go to your next level. Obedience, again, very important to the Lord. Very, very important. And I'm not going to sit up here and say that it's been easy, but I can say it's been worth it because my life is drama free. I don't have all the headaches that a lot of my friends have, and I'm just able to focus on other things. And currently I'm writing books. So, once you can set up that boundary, you'll be able to elevate, because otherwise you're going to be on the learning curve. And I could tell you all about the learning curve because I was on the curve for a bit, and it's uncomfortable. But once you understand that you're not going to elevate until you live your life in order, things will be different. You'll be able to see God raise you up as you're obedient. Learn how to control yourselves. I understand there's a double standard. Men were conditioned to do whatever they want, uh, uh, be wherever they want to be, and just do it as they will, do whatever they want to do. But in order to earn the favor of the Lord, to have a better life, God expects, He expects you to conduct yourself and live your life in order. Come out of that doing whatever you want to do, because that's not going to get you anywhere. You're going to keep bumping your head on the wall. You're not going to go to your next level. It's very important to keep your vessel clean. Eating bad, drinking bad, smoking, doing all of those things, and on top of um, having relations and you're not married is not going to get you to your next level. You're out of order. God expects you to keep your vessel clean. That's a temple for the Holy Spirit. So I know I'm pushing buttons and I am triggering people, but it's all out of love. I'm not judging anyone. I just want you to understand how to elevate. And something simple as being abstinence will give you a better frame of mind. You'll be able to learn how to do some other things with your time. You learn how to write a book or exercise. The ultimate goal here is for you to elevate. This is why I created this channel, to help you, because God put me through a lot of things so that I'll be able to help you elevate. And that's the goal. And everything that I say is out of love. It doesn't come from any judgmental place whatsoever. It doesn't have anything to do with the religious spirit, none of that kind of stuff. It's just kingdom dynamics, how you earn the favor of the Lord. And you're going to piss people off. You're going to make people mad. And I had the type of job where I worked around quite a few men. Sometimes I would even be the only girl, but they got mad at me. I found myself, they were a lot of men were angry with me, but I set that boundary, and I didn't care what was going on, what people was talking about. I just came to work to pretty much stay on task and to work for my family. I wanted to help my family. So I worked very hard for a long time, and I had 2 different careers. I was a licensed cosmetologist for about 28 years, and let's just say that I was a supervisor, and a lot of times, aforementioned, I worked around quite a few men, and I would get dinged for it. A lot of times, they would get angry. And it was nothing I could do about it, because I decided years ago to give my life to the Lord, and I've been abstinent for a good while. So I don't, I don't, I have a boundary set up and I just don't, and that's my protection. Sons and daughters, when you set up the boundary, that's your protection, that's your peace. That's your peace, because otherwise you're going to keep going into this dysfunctional friendships, dysfunctional relationships, anything that takes your focus off of the Lord is not good. It's not good, because we should absolutely, in this season, especially if you have a calling on your life, we have to stay focused and stay on task so that we can elevate. We can't create all these different soul ties with different people, and have people uh, calling us up and being dysfunctional and all this type of stuff. We don't have time for it. We got to focus on what God called us to do. We don't have time to be arguing with people and people rolling up on us. We ain't got time for that. We got this. This is crunch time in the body of Christ. God is calling us up higher in this season, and in order to elevate, one of the key to your elevation in this season is abstinence. I understand that they have conditioned men not to respect women, and they can do pretty much whatever they want to do. This is the very reason why you should set up a boundary. We get ready to go into ministries, and we're setting up different things that God has ordained for us. So we naturally have to have boundaries set up. Very important, very much so. Long story short, story time. I went to, my car got towed up, and so I had to get another vehicle. So I went on a test drive, and for some reason, the guy that was on the test drive with me, he started to talk about what he was into, and so I thought to myself, okay, well, I'll listen, but I'm really not listening, because I already know what the whole moral of the story was going to be. So I was just like, I'll listen. It'll go in this ear, this one. So, long story short, he started to tell me that he was a player, and, back in the day, and, how he used to, play girls and different things like that. And I kind of, I listen. I love to listen to people talk, because that will determine, what the outcome is going to be. Am I going to uh, have you, in my life, or if I'm not? So he's just going on and on. And so at some point, well, I just had came from work, and um, I had my uniform on, so I imagine he thought, well, she have a job or whatever the case may be. So anyway, by the end of the test drive, he started to, all of a sudden everything got real, and I was like, okay, what is this guy talking about? So he says, well, what do you do on your off day? I said, overtime. And so he said, well, what do you do in your spare time? And I mean, at the time I do, at the time I did a lot of overtime, just like whatever I could. So this was like pushing buttons on his end, but hey, I gotta protect me. So he says, well, you rather, at some point he just got, you know, his feathers got ruffled. I can't figure out why, but he said, well, you rather have a job than a relationship. And I thought to myself, that would be a yes. Because um, relationships, uh, can be complicated. They can be complicated, and if a person doesn't have good intentions and have your well-being overall at heart, if they don't have good intentions for you, it could be a downfall. So I just learned to just shut that part of my life down for a long time. And so he was very angry by the end of the test drive, and I couldn't figure out why, because I'm thinking to myself, I'm trying to protect myself. So if you don't get that, I don't know what type of ladies you used to being around, but I'm not the one. So, he was really angry. And I mean, he wasn't the only one I pissed off. I pissed off a lot of guys, and it wasn't out of, um, it was just mostly out of protecting myself because I got tired of that cycle. I was determined. I said, "Oh no, this is not going to happen again. This is not going to happen." So, um, I just decided to shut that part down, and I'm so happy that I did because I was able to elevate, and I could focus on what God has called me to do. And so I just want you to understand that once you set up boundaries in your life, you'll be able to do a lot of things different, and you'll free up time, and then you don't have to deal with people that have ill will in their heart. They are, they have an agenda. And so once you learn how to uh, set up those boundaries, you'll be able to see your life, you'll have a better quality of life. You won't have so much drama. Because, I mean, the people that the enemy is going to send is full of drama, and they're petty. And, that's the enemy. He's very petty. And, people that allow the enemy to control them are full of drama. And that's what you don't need, because that takes your focus off of what you're trying to do. So I hope this gives you some type of idea why it's very important to place God first in your life so that you can elevate, and to be abstinent, because the abstinence is going to earn you the favor of the Lord. And that's the goal, to have a better life. You got to press. And again, aforementioned, it's not going to be easy, but it's a better choice. Otherwise, you're going to be in that cycle, because the enemy knows what your weaknesses are, and he's going to keep sending people that are going to take you. You're supposed to be going to the right, and they're going to take you to the left. And a relationship that doesn't bring you closer to God, you don't want it, because it's going to be full of drama and dysfunction, and it's going to waste your time. So thanks for tuning in, and may God bless you and keep you. I love each and every one of you, and I pray for you day and night, that God will keep you and God bless you. Shalom.